Hi guys, welcome to Mandy Pinecone Crafts. I'm your host Amanda. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Mandy Pinecone, and this is episode 6. Today is January 31st, 2016. Welcome to all new viewers and welcome back to all returning viewers. You can also find the Ravelry group under Mandy Pinecone Crafts. I've got a couple different threads in there. I'm also going to be starting a Sunday night VKN somewhere between 7 and 8 depending on my work schedule. I work 2 Sundays out of the month, so one of them I might have to work until 8 p.m. depending on what's going on. So it's going to be somewhere around there. I'll post some point in the week exactly what time I'm planning on starting. It might be a little bit earlier, a little bit later, but we'll go from there. You can also, there's also a Ask Mandy thread, so you can ask whatever questions you'd like me to answer. This week, Scrapping 47, it asked what my favorite things to knit was and what my favorite needles are. Favorite needles are my Addi sock rockets for my socks, and then my bigger ones, it all depends on what size I need and what project I've got a couple, what project I'm working on. I've got a couple different sets of interchangeables. I've got a Knit Picks Zephyr set, which is their acrylic that they had a couple years ago. In most sizes, I think I've broken 1 or 2 of those. So I've replaced those with wooden or metal from them. And then I've got a set of the Knitter's Pride Novas, which are usually my go-to for them. I am drinking Snow Day tea by David's out of a Beauty and the Beast cup, which says, "It's hard to be a beauty when mornings are such a beast," which fits me perfectly. So that's what's in the cup. If you've got any other questions, go over and ask. I will answer them on the podcast. So I've also, I have no FOs this week. So starting off, I've got 4 things that I've worked on. The first is my friend Tanya's socks out of some lovely Night Owl fibers in the My Favorite Things color. Hopefully that is showing up with too much glare. It's living in a Tangled Skein CA bag. This is her resize. And I've got probably 1.5 inches done because I think I was down here. I forgot to put the Dicky-Doo in, which I will grab one when I get done recording and put it up here. But yeah, that's just, I think, 1 night of VKNing this week is what I've got on that. And then the next thing I've got going is my Across the Border, what I'm calling my Across the Border shawl. It is the Across the Pond shawl by Mina Phillips, which is a lovely textured body with a lace edging. That's also living in a Tangled Skein CA bag. And this is her regular size. I've got 8 repeats as of this morning done. I think I had 1 repeat of the body done. And it's this lovely bubblegum pink with neon pops of rainbow colors. And that is Juliana Fiber Arts Lucid Sock in the Carnival colorway for the body, which is and Juliana is a Canadian dyer. So, and then for the lace edging, I am going to do this lovely teal, which is a tonal dyed by Rachel of the Love Knots podcast and the Love Knots Etsy shop, which is an American, so that's why I'm calling it my Across the Border shawl, because I've got 2 different dyers from across the border from each other. And so yeah, there, and that is on size 5 3.75 needles. And my socks are 72 stitch vanilla socks on size 1 Addi Turbos. And those are my Knitters Pride Nova. And the last knitting project that I've got is living in another Tangled Skein CA bag, which this is her shawl size. It is my Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. I had just picked up for the first sleeve last week and was a couple rows in, so I've got 3/4 of a sleeve done. I'm going to extend the sleeves so that they actually come up here and have a thumb hole, so I'm not going to start the ribbing until I hit about here, and it's all 1 by 1 rib. I don't want to start it too far down because if I fold it over, I don't want the too much bulk at my wrists. And then, so I'd finished that, and then I've also done a couple of rows on the body. This is where you last saw Little Dicky Doo is the last where you guys last saw it. So I've got probably 1.5 inches of the body done. And then these are also on size 5s. These are the Zephyrs, and then these are the Knit Picks nickel plated. And that is out of Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the Pop Rocks color for most of it. I am 20 yards, I think, short with 3 skeins of this for my size for what the pattern calls for. But I want to extend the sleeve, like I said, extend the sleeves, and I also most of the time extend the body for my size because it usually hits a little higher up than I like it. So I'm going to do a color work at the bottom with this Knit Picks Chroma in the Bear, which is a single ply nylon blend that they have, so it looks like the pink is dripping into the white. That's why I've got both the sleeves, is I want to make sure I get the sleeves done in the pink, and then I'll start the body probably about hip height, or I'll start the drops about a little above my belt line for most of my pants, so I get the color work done and do the bottom ribbing and the white. So that's all the knitting I have for this week. And I also done a little bit in my Frosted Pumpkin Passport. I just started January's thread. I've got the water outlined and then a little bit of the skirter done. Not much. And then stash this week, I just got a couple pieces of Aida fabric for cross stitching so I could start a couple new projects because I always want to start something new. I've got this beige which has the sparkle, and then I've also got a blue marbled. Both are 14 count, but I want to pull the colors for Clouds Factory's Disney Princess Clock, which there. I'm going to stitch this up on one of them, but I'm going to make a couple modifications. Aurora here is in blue. I know most of the movie, her dress is blue, but I wanted it in the pink. And then Ariel here is in a pink dress, so I want to switch her out so she actually has her tail and bikini top on it, because that's how I think of them. So I'm going to do it on one of those 2 fabrics. And then I also picked up a big piece of marbled neutral to do the Clouds Factory postcards on. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that. I want to start it soon, but I want to finish a couple things for winter camp before I start those. So yeah, that's it. I've got a couple coupon codes. Dawn of Cupcake Yarns has extended her club up signups until the 5th of February. She's doing a couple different ones this time around. There's a Disney self-striping, and then there's a fandom self-striping, depending on what you want, and that's her card. You can find her on Etsy. I've done her Disney clubs the last year and a half, and I love them. I've never had a bad order. She always finds fun, interesting things to add on. You can get with the goodies or without the goodies this time around. So yeah, if you use the coupon code Mandy Pinecone, you'll get 15% off, and that's good through the 5th of February. And then also Sue of the Tangled Skein CA has given us the coupon code Mandy Pinecone 15 for 15% off anything in her shop. And if I remember right, she's doing a shop update tonight with a couple bags. If not tonight, it's sometime soon. So go take a look. Her bags are amazing. I use them all the time. I've got at least one going. If I'm just running out shopping or things, I'll throw my wallet and stuff in one of the wee bags and use that as my purse, so I don't have a big bulky thing going. So that's it for the podcast. I've got a couple things for winter camp. So if you're in Team Puffin, you can stay, or you want to listen to winter camp stuff, you can stick around. So I tallied up points for everybody last night. As a team, we have 3,111 points. I am going to close the January finished objects thread Monday morning before I go to work. I've got to be to work at 1 o'clock, so it's any time before then I will close it, and then next time I record, which will be either this coming Friday or a week from tomorrow, depending on what I get done between now and then, I will draw for this month's prize, which is going to be a copy of Jessica Serenova Knits new pattern, which is shawl and stole pattern, which is lilac leaves. It's a lovely lace scarf with stole. It looks amazing. She gifted me a pattern when she came out. There's that, and then I'm going to throw in a $5 pattern for the person who has the most points by the end of the month, each month. So depending on who it is, I will announce it on the next podcast. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, I will open up, when I close the January finished objects thread, I will open up a February finished object thread, and I'm going to try, as I did this month, to put everybody's points up top. So when I go through at the end of March to see who's finished and not a project each month, I don't have to search all over for names on each post to check all 3 threads. I can just open up all 3 and go from there. Also in the chatter thread, I'm going to, next to where I have the January finished objects, I'm going to put the amount of points we got as a team in January. This way people can we can add those up and see how we compare to the other campers, even though it's not it's not a race. We're not in the grand prize. We have our own grand prize drawing. It's nice to compare, see what we've done versus the other cabins, which are in that grand prize drawing. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to try to finish a couple more things in February than I did in January. I think I have 84 points, and I still need to post pictures of my squares that I finished in my socks, which I finally fixed and wore yesterday to work, and got a couple different comments because you could see them through my shoes. But that's me. I like having different colored socks. So my weekend review, which I forgot to do before, was this week it was work. With my schedule, I'll have a weekend off and then I work 6 days straight. So this is my first day off in 6 days. So I don't get a lot of knitting time around when I work. And then this week, I'll have Friday off and I'm closing all week. So when I get home, I'll knit a little bit and then I'll probably end up reading a book, or depending on what I'm doing. I love to read romance novels or short stories, depending on what the mood is. I'm just starting to read Tale of Two Cities with I think Jen of The Uncredited Crafter, Sarah of The Canadian Knitter, and I think Amanda of Stitching You and More is going to read it also. So we're going to read that. I'm going to actually start listening. I'm listening to it while I'm at work if I don't have podcasts to go. But at home, I'm going to start the Susan Mallory's Fool's Gold series again, because I haven't read the last 3 or 4 that she's put out. I've got them, I just haven't got a chance to get around to them. When a new book comes out in a set that I haven't read in a while, I will go back and reread all of them. So that will keep me going for the next 2 or 3 months. But we'll see. So everybody have a good week. I will see you either Friday or Monday, depending on when I get around to it. What I've got done, I probably will be Monday. I'm going to try to do it before I go to work on Monday. So have a good week, everybody. Bye.